Question number 10. Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is for the Minister for Building and Housing. Does he stand by his statement that the Massey University Home Affordability Index is the comprehensive and neutral measure?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Yes, there are 3 housing affordability indices from Demographia, from Roost and from Massey University. The key difference is that the Roost and Massey indexes include interest rates, whereas Demographia only includes house prices and incomes. Now, I appreciate that members opposite would prefer to exclude interest rates from the equation. They are at a 40-year low and half what they were when we come to government, and I note that interest rates have consistently been lower under national governments over the last 50 years.
Supplementaries.
Order. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Is he aware that the Massey Housing Affordability Index declined by 14% last year, that Auckland is now among the 10 most unaffordable cities in the world? Average Auckland house prices went up $80,000 last year, according to QV, all on his watch. And how many extra affordable homes will be built now that we have 3 ministers paid to fix the mess that his policies created?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I note that last year we built over 24,000 homes, the highest number in years, which shows that progress is being made. In respect of the Massey University Housing Index, the most interesting factor is this. The worst index was recorded in 2008 when housing affordability was 26% worse than what it is today. I also notice that 26% worse in 2008, and I won't be so uncharitable to mention who might have been government in 2008.
Order. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
When the Reserve Bank Governor said recently that the government warned the government that much more needs to be done to build more houses, was he referring to the fact that consent numbers in Auckland are only a little more than half of what the city needs just to stand still, and that 18 months after he announced his special housing areas, only 20 houses have been completed as a result of his accord? Or is the housing crisis just someone else's fault?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, last year in Auckland we built 600 houses per month. When we became the government, only 200 houses per month were being built in Auckland, so we're making 3 times the progress. In respect of, do we need to do more to improve housing supply and affordability? Members on this side of the House say yes. That's why we're introducing Home Start on the 1st of April. That's why with ACT a key priority is Resource Management Act reform this year. It'll be interesting whether members opposite are interested in just hot air or further legislative reform that will help Kiwis that want to buy a home.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
Given that it's important to learn from the past, could the member reflect on some of the factors that may have led to the Massey Index deteriorating every year but one from 1999 to 2008?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, over that period, house prices in New Zealand doubled. Over that same period, interest rates went through the roof. So that in all of New Zealand's 150-year history, in all of the 23 governments that have been privileged to sit on this side of the House, the worst record of all in respect of home ownership and affordability was the last Labor government. That is absolutely true. Interest rates went through the roof, house prices doubled, and that's why this government's reform agenda with support parties is so important to giving Kiwis a fair shake at being able to own their own home.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford. Order. Order. I've called Phil Twyford.
Why are home ownership rates dropping, and why does the Minister continue to blame the RMA for National's housing crisis when under the last Labor government we were building twice as many houses as he's currently building under the same Resource Management Act?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, let's get some facts right. The member has just claimed that Labor was building twice as many houses as we are. Last year, 24,000. 2 times 20 is 48,000. I challenge the member to tell me what year New Zealand built 48,000 houses, because my officials tell me it's never happened and he's dreaming.
Order, 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 order. Question number 11, Dr Shane Riti.
Thank you,